Hello and good morning, friends of Sudoku, and welcome to this Sunday, January 21st, 2024's edition of the New York Times Art Sudoku Puzzle. This is my third puzzle this morning. I hope that I'm not too tired and I will be able to solve this notation-free. I do see a 6 blocking down here and a 6 blocking up here and a couple of 6s blocking these 6 squares. So 6 must go here. 3, 7, 8 here. I can't place any of those. All I can say is that a 7 must go here or here and therefore in one of these 3 squares up here. 1, 2, 4, 8 here. 1, 4, this is a 2, 8. 8, 2, this is a 1, 4. 1, 8, this is a 2, 4. But we can place a 9 here because this 9 blocks up, this 9 blocks down, and this 9 blocks across. So yes, here's a 9. This 9 blocks across, this 9 blocks across, and this 9 blocks down. Another 9 must go here. I am seeing a need for a 1, 3, 4, 8 across here. 3, 8 block down. Here's a 1, 4. 1, 4 block here. This is a 3, 8. And the 8 also can't go here. So we got 8 here or here. But I can't really take that any further at this time, I think. So I began looking at the 2 and the 9. They blocked down here. So I thought to myself, well, a 2 and a 9 must go in 2 of these 3 squares. And then I spotted the 4 also blocking this square. Now I started the caveman style counting. A 1 can't go here, nor can a 2, or a 3, or a 4, or a 5. A 6 could go here, but not a 7, 8, or a 9. So here you go. Here's your 6. Now we have a 2 now blocking here, and we have a 2 blocking here. So one of these must be a 2. And a 4 must go here or here. We have an 8 blocking here. We have an 8 blocking here. So the 8 and the 2 together go here. And since this 1 blocks here, the 4 must go here and the 1 must go here. And now a 2, 4, and a 9 for these squares. There's 5 blocks across, so one of these must be a 5. Now we have what appears to be a 5 and a 4 blocking up here, and we have a 5 and a 4 blocking up here. So 5 and 4 must go in 2 of these 3 squares. And while I'm thinking about that, I'm spotting these 2 1s blocking down and these 2 1s blocking across, giving me this one here. Now, we had these 2 6s before, and they block these 4 squares, and this 6 blocks down. We took away a possible square for a 6 now. I gave it to the 1, so here's a 6. Now we have a 4, 6, 5 blocking up. We have a 4, 5, 6 blocking up. These squares must be a 4, 5, and a 6. And since we have a 2 blocking here and here, and we know that one of these must be a 2, the only square that it can go to is here, and that means that this has got to be an 8. I think that logic is okay. Now a 3, 7, 9 for these squares. I think that will have to wait. But we know now that one of these must be an 8 because, as I said, these are 4, 5, 6. 8 blocks here, therefore one of these must be an 8. And again, one of these is an 8. And we're going to end up with an 8 either here or here. Let's see where that takes us. We have a couple of 2s blocking these squares here. We have this 2 blocking up. We know that this cannot be a 2 because the 2 blocks up, of course. So here's a 2. 3, 7, 9 still for these squares. I think we are very close to finding, oh, hang on, a 3 and a 9 blocks over here, so 7. 3 and 9 for these 2 squares. So with this 7 blocking down, we know that one of these must be a 7 blocking over, giving me a 7 here or here. But is that useful at all? Not sure. Another 3 for this puzzle would be really useful, I think. We only have 1 3. Oh, we also have one here. I lied. 2 3s, but it's not really a lot. I think I found a 9 up here. And the reason I say that is that we have a 3 blocking up here and a 3 blocking across here. So one of these must be a 3 blocking across here. And these 2 squares are 3s and 9s, right? So here is a 9 and here is a 3. This 3 blocks across, this 3 blocks down. We have a 3 here. And this 9 blocks down, therefore we have a 7 here and a 9 here. That gives me a 7 here. And a 3, 8 for these squares. And a 3, 8 for these. And we also have a 3, 8 blocking here. 3s and 8s. Look at that. 2 and 5 here. The 5 blocks. Here's a 2, here's a 5. 2 blocks up, 2 blocks down, 2 blocks here. Here's a 2. Now we have a 2 here or here. What are these? They have to be a 7 and a 2. 2 blocks down, 7 here, 2 here. Now we know that this is a 2. Still 7s in one of these 2 positions. We know one of these is a 4 and the other is a 9. The 9 blocks down. Here is a 4 and here is a 9. 4 blocks up and over. 4 here or here. Therefore 4 here or here. And therefore 4 here or here. Can we do anything with the 4s for row 1? No, no, we can't. Not yet. Still a 4, 5, 6 here. They are pretty persistent. But I think we can do something with column 4. 1, 3 and a 5 missing. A 1 and a 3 block here. So here's a 5. 1 and 3 for these 2 positions. I really want to put an 8 in one of these 2 squares, but I can't figure out which one it's going to be. But didn't I say something earlier about a 3 blocking up and over? A 3 goes here or here. Doesn't that mean that this must be an 8 and this must be a 3? I think it does. And that means that this 8 blocks across, giving me an 8 here or here blocking down. So one of these is an 8. We also need to find a 4 and a 3 for the column. And the 4 can't go here, so this is a 3, 8. These 3 8s are everywhere. But a 1, 5 and an 8 here. The 1 and a 5 block over. Here is an 8 finally. This 8 also blocks here, so here's an 8. A 1 and a 5 for these squares here now. And a 1, 4 and a 5 for these. This 1 blocks across. We are going to have a 1 up here somewhere blocking across, and we have this 1 blocking up. So here's a 1, here's a 5. This 5 blocks across, and this 5 blocks up. This 5 blocks here. 5 therefore has got to go here. 4, 5, 7 for these squares. Not yet possible, but we have a 4 here. This 4 blocks over here, namely, and this 4 blocks up. So here's a 4. 3, 8, 3, 8. Why not? 3, 8, not the 3, 8. But we should be able to do something with this square up here. We need to find a 3 and an 8 for these two squares here, and the 8 clearly blocks here. So here's a 3 and here is an 8. Now finally we may be going places. 1 and 3 here. The 3 blocks up. Here's a 1. Here's a 3. Now we have a 3 here and an 8 here. And finally an 8 here. The last 8. 7 and 3 here. 3 blocks down, 7 here, and we finally have our 7 in the top row. Here are 1 and a 4. 1 blocks up, 4 here, 1 here. 4 therefore here. And here and here. 6 and 5 here, 5 blocks over, 6 here and 5 here finally, and therefore a 5 here. A 1 and a 6 for these squares, the 6 blocks up, here's a 1, and here's a 6. And we solved today's Hard New York Times puzzle. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.